Hello, welcome to yoga today. Today's gonna be a slow flow, and I want you to join me on the mat or the ground in a cross-legged position. You can sit on blocks or on something to lift your hips up. And I want your right leg to be on the outside of this cross-legged. So left leg in first and then your right leg. So you find whatever, wiggle into that shape that is your shape today. And if you need to be elevated on a seat and have your feet in front of you, with your hips up on a block, that is also welcome. As you're here, close your eyes, move your neck, move your shoulders, wiggle your fingers and your hands. Take a couple deep breaths. And then find your hands resting on your body in some way, whether palms up, palms down, hands in your lap, hands on your legs. Soften your forehead. And breathe in and out of your nose. Today, the intention for our practice is very simple, but not always easy. Easy to allow, I guess. The intention for our practice today is to feel good. Just that. Are you moving through your yoga practice to feel good? And if it's feeling achy, and if it's feeling sore, and if it's feeling twingy and tweaky and hurt, pause. What would make it feel good? And sometimes that means more work. And sometimes that means less work. It is a balance between effort and ease that we're going for here. And let's be in that middle play zone. Let's make this and let this, invite this to feel good. Soften your forehead, soften the sides of your face, relax your shoulders down your back. Your next inhale, and then exhale. Soften down your back a little bit more, soften the sides of your face, soften your jaw. On your next inhale, draw your hands to your heart in prayer, palms pressed together. Exhale with your eyes closed, push your hands out away from you as if you're pushing walls away from you. Inhale, reach your hands up and over your head. Exhale, pull your hands down to your heart. Inhale, open your eyes and look forward. Exhale, drop your hands back down to your legs. Good. Drop your left fingers out to the left side. Inhale, reach your right hand up and over your head towards that left side. Keep pushing into that right hip as you lean your body towards the left. Maybe even dropping your left elbow down towards the ground. Twist your chest open towards the ceiling and look out underneath that right armpit and smell your armpit pose and look up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Yeah. Because this is a slow flow, just keep your breath nice and smooth, going in and out of your nose the whole time. Sit yourself all the way up. As you sit up, I want you to lift your right foot off the ground and then plant your right foot in front of you. Your right foot is right in line with your right hip, and your knee is in that same plane. Keep your knee in that same plane. Grab onto your knee with your left hand. Sit up nice and tall. Twist your right hand back behind you. Plant your right fingertips. Lengthen up to the top of your head. Pull your low ribs in as you twist and look over your right shoulder. Don't let your right knee drift over to the left though. So that right knee is staying right in line with your right hip, and have some pressure against this hand and leg connection. If you have space and want to take this more into a bind, we're at the very beginning of practice, but if that is something for you, you're welcome to keep pulling that left shoulder blade on your back if you are doing so. Excellent. Stay where you are at with your right fingertips, but slide your left hand down your leg and grab onto the top and outer side of your right foot. pick your right foot up and keep hugging your right knee into you. Again, sit nice and tall and look back towards your right hand, right towards the back of the room. Now with your right foot leaning directly out of your right knee, not crossing your body over to the left, now start to kick that right leg a little bit more forward towards the front of the mat. The option, you can always grab a strap here and put it around your foot. So kick this forward as much as possible. Your leg does not have to be straight, it can be straight. And then float your right hand off the mat behind you, your gaze still looking back towards those fingers. Now with this front left hand and left foot holding on to each other, stay there for a moment. Roll both shoulder blades down your back. Keep your low ribs in. Now release your left hand and left foot. Hold your left leg there. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Good. Keep it lifted. Reach both hands up and forward. Turn your chest towards the front of the mat. Set your right leg outside your left foot to the side. So the sole of your left foot is coming to the inner edge of your right leg. From here, turn your chest towards your right leg and take a bow forward towards your right leg. Keep your right toes flexed up towards the ceiling so the stretch goes all the way down into your calf. Sit up. Take your right arm inside your right leg. Pull your right shoulder blade on your back. Twist your chest open towards the left. Reach your left hand up and then reach it over towards the right side. Your right hand can stay where it is. You can slide down to an elbow inside your knee. You can also slide down to a shoulder inside your knee. Your top hand can reach towards those toes as well. If you do get the shoulder inside your knee, take your right hand across to your left leg. You can hold it there as an extra leverage. Now, if your chest is really pointing down towards the ground, I want you to lean your back and open up your chest towards the ceiling. It might mean that your toes, you lose that grip of toes to hand. And push that right leg more straight. Keep your breath nice and smooth. Yeah. Unwind yourself. Bend your right leg, plant your right foot on the ground. Swing your left hand back behind you towards the back left corner of the mat. Push into both legs and your left hand and lift your hips up off the ground. Reach your right hand back behind you. Let your gaze follow towards that right hand. Push your hips up towards the ceiling. Excellent. Sit all the way down. As you sit down, your right knee is towards your chest. I want you to keep your right knee towards your chest, extend your left leg long, and lay all the way down on the mat. As you lay down on the mat, pull that right leg into your chest. Flex your left toes up towards the ceiling. Bring your left hand to the top of your left leg. With your right arm, take your right arm inside your right leg, and then grab onto the top of your right foot. Extend your knee slightly so the bottom of your right foot is up towards the ceiling. So coming into a half happy baby. So right knee is pulling into your armpit. Your left leg straight. Push the back of your left thigh down towards the ground. We're going to keep that side exactly as it is. And then try to imagine that you're trying to shift your weight into your left side as you start to take your right leg out to the right side. Do not let your right leg tip you over. Your leg can stay bent, or you could extend that right leg. Again, an option for a strap around your foot. Do not let yourself be pulled over. Keep that right foot floating off the ground, pushing it nice and straight. Excellent. Now bring that leg back up to the center. With your right foot, the bottom of your right foot up towards the ceiling. Reach both hands alongside your body down towards your left foot. Lift your chest up off the ground, your head up off the ground. Lift your left foot up off the ground. So both legs are floating. Okay, now be mindful of your belly. Now pull, thinking of the front side of your body from that pubic bone to those low ribs. You're trying to crunch those closer together and pull the front side of your body towards the back side of your body. Holding that there, switch your legs. Yes. Holding it there, switch your legs. If this starts to be sore on your neck, you can drop your head down, but still keep that pubic bone to low rib, short connection there of the front side of your body. I know sometimes that my neck gets sore, so keep switching, keep switching, keep switching. Any option, you can lift back up again. Oh yeah. Here we are, here we are. So good. So good. We're going for 5, 4, 3, you can do it, and 2, and 1. We're ending with your right leg back up again towards the ceiling. Okay, bend your left leg, plant your left foot down, drop your shoulders down to the mat. With your left foot planted on the mat, roll up from your tailbone first to a bridge pose. So tailbone, mid back, upper back. Whew. Okay, here we are with our right leg up towards the ceiling. Now roll back, lower back, down again to hips. Now lift your hips up and lift it back up. So a single leg bridge pose and roll it back down. Slight amount of movement here. Let's get warm and bring it back up and take it back down. Now this time, as you want you to leave it up, stay there for a moment. Drop your right leg down towards the front of your mat and then pick your right leg back up again. Okay, so we're making it go nice and straight and long. We did 3s down, and now we're going to do 3 here. That's 2. One more time, drop it down towards the front. Your left leg is really lifting up your left butt cheek. Good, drop your hips down to the ground. With your right leg lifted, you can use this as momentum. We're going to sit all the way up so you can rock it. Land both legs down at the front of the mat. We're going to take a forward fold. As you take this forward fold, leave your legs connected for a moment. So even if that means that you can't fold and get your body very close to your legs, embrace that. Okay, grab a hold of your legs wherever it is that you can reach them. And from there, I want you to think of cow back. So send your booty back and your chest forward, keeping the back of your thighs pushed down towards the ground. Okay, grabbing onto your legs, you can use your hands as extra leverage to pull you a little bit closer. Now turn this into cow back. So use holding onto your legs as a way to give yourself some traction. Push your back out and away from you, rounding your back. Okay, so cat and cow and forward fold. Keep your toes flexed up towards the ceiling. And draw yourself forward, coming into cow back. And then again, round and cat back. Come forward in cow. And take it back, cat. And take this fold as far forward as you would like, thinking of hips wiggling back as your chest moves forward. Pause and stay here for just a moment. Sit yourself all the way up. With your right leg, bend your right knee, bring your right ankle to the top of your left knee. With your hands behind you, your fingers facing towards you, lean back into your hands, bend your left knee, plant your left foot. We're going to come to a seated pigeon pose. Okay, so from here, you can pop up onto your fingertips on the back and lean your chest closer towards your right leg. You can pull your left foot in closer. It's a little choose your own adventure. Find that space that feels good for you for the seated pigeon. And your right knee might be closer towards your body. You can use the leverage of this knee to push your knee away from you. There is no have to place that you're trying to get to. Remember that. There's a lot of ways that we can keep pushing or keep extending or keep flexing or whatever it might be in lots of directions. So do something that feels good. Okay. Wiggle your left foot a little bit more forward so you can pop your hands out from behind you. We're going to do something funny and fun times. I want you to give yourself a butt massage on your right side. And the way you're going to do that is by using this front leg, this front pigeon leg, this ankle and knee cross. I want you to take your left hand, so either your left hand connected to your right foot or the left elbow, like put your bottom of your right foot into your left elbow. And you're going to lift your right leg off your left. So you're in this position, or you can have a hold of this with your hand. Now from here, we're going to roll over onto your butt, the side butt. We're going side butt. So drop your right hand off to the right behind you and down to your elbow, and then roll around on the side butt on that right side. So it may be more intense or less intense depending on how close. Like this is more intense if the leg is close to you because that muscle is getting elongated, and then you're like massaging into it a little bit more. Because when you do this pigeon kind of stretch, you're stretching that side butt. So then you're massaging into that. If you've ever done been on a foam roller before, this is akin to that, but use it with your own body. It's fun times, fun times. Okay, we're gonna roll around. We're staying here. Okay, excellent. Release and sit yourself up into boat pose. Grab onto the backs of your legs. Lift your chest up. Release your hands alongside your legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop it down, low boat. Back up, high boat. We're going 3 times. Again, take it down, low boat. Bring it back up, high boat. Hollow body, take it down. Navasana boat, bring it back up. Good, we're gonna take this to our cross-legged position. Cross your right leg in first and left leg on top. Here we are. Drop your hands again down toward your legs. Close your eyes with your palms facing up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And full exhale. Exhale more than you think that you would exhale. Exhale a little bit more. Exhale a little bit more, and then take an inhale. Easy exhale. Open your eyes, take your right arm out to the right, reach your left arm up and over to that right side. Don't let that left hip pop off the ground though, so keep your left hip down as you reach your left hand over towards the right side. Bend your right elbow, taking a little bit closer to the ground. Twist your chest open towards the ceiling. A little smell your armpit test. Turn your face up towards the ceiling underneath that left arm. Yes. See yourself all the way up. Bring your left foot out from the cross-legged. Plant it down in front of your left hip. Take your right hand around that left leg. Twist and turn over to the left side with your left fingertips behind you. Sit nice and tall and turn and look over your left shoulder. Keep some pressure of this left leg and hand onto each other as you take yourself into this twist. From here, slide your right hand down onto your left foot. Lift your left foot up off the ground, not letting your left foot wander to that right side, but still coming out from that hip, still staying lifted, still looking over your shoulder. Excellent. Now start to push your left leg more straight. Doesn't have to go this straight. Again, you can strap this up. Okay, finding that position, pulling your arm against your foot, your hand against your foot. Now lift your left hand up and off the ground. You're still gazing back towards the back of the mat. Now, carefully, without dropping your left foot, release your left foot with your right hand. It's holding there. Oh yeah, hip flexors. Turn your body, your torso forward, lift your hands up. Let your right leg and left leg move out to the left and set it down. Take your arms forward and take a forward fold into this Janu Shirshasana shape, this head to knee pose. Sit yourself up. We're going to turn this into a twist. With your left hand inside your left leg, you're going to twist your chest towards the right. But as you twist it, we're not turning this into a back bend, so keep your low ribs pulled in. Okay, so low ribs pulled in. Imagine like you have a ribbon tied around the bottom of your rib cage and you pull your low ribs in. You should still be able to breathe. And it shouldn't feel hard to breathe. So find that with your left arm inside your left leg. Pull that left shoulder blade on your back, low ribs in and twist towards the right. Lift your right hand up and over your head. Stay there. You can let your hand slide down towards your ankle. Okay. Option, you can bend your left arm and then take your elbow inside that knee. Be mindful of that left shoulder, how much it wants to sneak forward. So keep pulling that back. Low ribs still knit in. Okay, if you want to slide this down so that your shoulder is inside that knee and cross your left arm across to that right leg, you can do that. And with this right arm reaching up and over towards those left toes. Now if your chest is pointing down towards the ground, open your chest to the right side. You're going to point your right elbow up towards the ceiling, pushing the back of your left thigh towards the ground. And if you want to lean your back more, you might lose the grip of the toes. Totally good. Oh, sit all the way up. Plant your right hand behind you, bend your left knee, plant your left foot. With your right shin and your left foot and your right hand, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Take this into this kind of camel-y, wild thingish back bend pose of sorts. And look back toward your left fingertips. Excellent. Sit all the way down. As you sit all the way down, you're going to keep your left leg into your chest, extend your right leg long, and lay down onto your back. Pull that knee into your chest. Flex your right toes towards the ceiling. Bring your right hand to the top of your right leg. With your left arm, bring your left arm inside your knee, grab onto the top of your left foot, and start to point the sole of your left foot up towards the ceiling. So we're in a half baby posture with the left leg. Now imagine like you're trying to send your core strength to that right side so you don't tip over to your left. Right? So we want our body to stay grounded. Thinking of even the outer hips wrapping around behind you. And as you do that, trying to push the back of your right thigh into the ground, flex your right toes up toward the ceiling. Core muscles are going on over to that right side. Now let your left leg fall out to the left and maybe even straighten your left leg. And keep yourself upright, keep yourself upright. Left leg, right leg is still pushing straight. Excellent. Yes. Yes. Now lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. So good. Release your left hand alongside your body, reaching back down towards your right toes. Lift your chest, lift your head, lift your right leg. So both legs are lifted off the ground. Your shoulders are lifted off the ground. Your head's lifted off the ground. If your belly is making a cone shape at the top of mountain shape, pull that belly to spine. Okay? Thinking of the pubic bone and the low ribs trying to come together, and then alternate, switch your legs. And then switch your legs. And switch your legs. And you can take that rest of your head back down onto the ground as you keep switching your legs. Okay, but keep that connection of pubic bone to ribs. Okay, shortening that space on the front side of your body. Here we go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Excellent. With this left leg up, you use this momentum. And bring yourself all the way up to a seated position into your forward fold. This time I want you to bend your knees, and with your knees bent as much as you need so you can find some connection from your upper body to your lower body. Okay? And that will look different for each one of us because all of our bodies are different. So whatever that looks like for you, I want you to find that connection, but not find that connection in a cat shape. I want you to think of that in a cow back shape. So you're sending your booty back and your chest forward. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet. And then from there, I want you to keep the connection of your legs with your upper body as you start to wiggle your butt back and your heels more forward. And as you find that max position, then go ahead and drop your head. Pause there for a moment. Sit yourself all the way up. Bend your left leg. Cross your left ankle on your right knee. Bring your hands behind you. Draw your right heel in. And then come to a seated pigeon posture. Again, you're in total control of what this looks like for you in this moment. I'm thinking of it being nice and tall. I'm going to take some movement with this leg. And I just realized that we forgot something. We will get back to it. We forgot our single leg bridges. I was like, there's something I forgot to count. We'll go back to it. This is like a real class, not a recorded class where your teacher is like, oh, we forgot something, and we go back. This is the same thing. We're here, we're real people. I want to do a butt massage though right now. So grab onto, with your right hand, grab onto the bottom of your left foot, or put your elbow in the crook of that, your sole of your foot in the crook of that elbow. Release that connection of right and left leg. With your left hand back behind you, you're in control of where you're holding on. to this left foot. It's going to be very dependent on what your flexibility is, what's happening in your hip. So you might need it closer, you might need it further away, and then move around. Find what's talking. Like, where is it saying things? What happens if you pull your shin even more close? What happens if you push it out or push or pull it? And where do things change? Yep. And wherever it feels interesting, and be there for a minute. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, release into boat pose. And this is an easy way for us to get back to where we were gonna go. Okay, in boat pose, I want you to go down to a hollow body, this low boat. Go to bend your right leg, plant your right foot down, drop your shoulders down, lift your left leg high. Roll up from your booty first up to your shoulders into a one-legged bridge. Okay, feel your butt, your glutes working on that right side. Now roll all the way back down. We're doing 3 times, that's 1. Roll it back up, squeeze it there at the top. Feel the squeeze of your glute on that right side and roll it back down. One more time, lift it all the way back up. Now pause and hold. From this pause and hold, I want you to drop your left leg forward as if it's going towards the front of the mat and lift it back up towards the ceiling. Keep that right butt squeeze happening and drop it down. Whew. And lift it back up. Keep the right butt squeeze. One more time. Drop it down and lift it back up. Ha! Roll your hips back down to the ground. Bring both feet up towards the ceiling. Drop both feet down and forward. Lift your chest. Lift your arms. Lift back up to high boat. Again, drop it down. Hollow body. Again, lift it back up. One more time. Drop it back down. One more time, lift back up. Good. From here, however you want to get to a quadruped shape onto your hands and shins, rocking and rolling as you would like. Bring yourself there. Go through a couple cat and cows. You can have your toes tucked or untucked. Roll into your side body, meaning that you're pushing your rib cage out from one side or the other. You can rock your hips forward and back. A little free motion here for a moment. All right, pause. Reach your right hand high. With your right hand reach high, thread it down and underneath you. Tap your right shoulder down onto the mat. Pause there for a moment. Push your right shoulder firm into the mat. Lift your left hand high. Turn your left hand so the back of your left hand comes to the back of your back. Pull your left shoulder blade on your back. Keep pushing into this right shoulder. Extend your left hand again towards the ceiling. Plant your left hand down in front of your face. With your right hand, slide it out, but then plant your elbow next to your right hand forward so you have your right forearm on the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, and send yourself back to this funky down dog. So one hand, one forearm down dog. Lift your left leg high, bend your left knee, open your left hip to the left side of the room. Keep pushing firmly into your right forearm, into that right elbow as you open your hip to the side. Point your left toes down towards the ground behind you. Good. From here, straighten your left leg. And drop your left, and as you drop your left leg out to the left side, drop your right knee down to the mat. Okay, so we're coming into this position here. Right knee is down, left leg is planted, left foot is planted out beside you. Take your right and lift off your right elbow. Move your right hand out to the right side of the mat. So you're off the mat. Send your hips forward, coming into a gate pose with your left hand reaching over your head towards the right side. Now, pushing up, I want you to sit all the way up onto your right knee and switch this gait. So now you want you to lean to the left. Have a padding under your knee if you need. Circle your hands all the way forward. Now plant both hands now and then on top of your mat. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, sweep your left leg up and back behind you for a one-legged down dog. Pull your knee to your nose on an exhale. Inhale, reach up and back behind you again. Exhale, step your left leg forward. As you land, I want you to open up to a warrior 2. So you open up to this warrior 2, keep your left knee going the same direction as those left toes, tailbone down, push into the outer edge of that right foot, roll your palms open towards the ceiling, pull your shoulder blades down your back. Beautiful. Straighten your left leg, bring your hands over your head, touch your palms. Now send your body forward towards that left leg, drop your left hand down to your left leg, reach your right hand high. As you are here in this triangle posture now, in this triangle posture, I want you to think of the bottom of your, rather than trying to get your shoulder and your head closer towards your foot, I want you to think of this side body. What happens if you're trying to imagine in your head, you're trying to crunch your right shoulder towards your right hip? So you're, in essence, then shortening the top side and lengthening the bottom side. Okay. Lower ribs are in, shortening that side, sending your pubic bone forward towards the right side with your right hand lifted high. Now keep your body exactly as it is, except bend your left knee. Take your right arm alongside your head, carrying it into the extended side angle. Keep bending into that front leg. And then drop your right hand down inside your left foot, pivot on your back right toes, sweep your left hand high. And then stand into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Grab onto opposite elbows, drop your head, let your body sway side to side, have a bend in your knees, fully releasing. Release your hands, rise all the way up to a standing position. Exhale, pull your hands to your heart. Pause, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step your feet back to a plank. Exhale, drop your knees, untuck your toes, child's pose. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, rock forward to a quadruped position, hands and shins. On an inhale, reach your left hand high. And exhale, thread that down and underneath you. Keep pushing into your left shoulder as you reach your right hand to the ceiling. My head is even on the ground, but then turn your palm so your palm is up and the back of your hands resting on your back. Pull your right shoulder blade on your back. Pause here for a moment. Still push into that left shoulder and then reach your right hand high. Plant your right hand in front of your face. Push into that palm so you can unthread that left arm, but plant your elbow and your hand down, your forearm down, your elbow and your hand, your left elbow and your right hand pretty close to being across from each other. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, send yourself back to downward facing dog. Keep pushing out of this elbow side a lot. Pick up your right foot, bend your right knee, open your hip to that right side, point your toes down towards the ground, still pushing out of that left shoulder. Okay, taking this to a one-legged down dog, this open hip. Square your hips again, drop your left knee down to the ground, extend your right leg out to the right, drop your right foot, lift off your left elbow, bring your left hand outside you to the left, and then sweep your right hand over to the left side, coming into a gate posture. Send your pubic bone forward towards the front of the mat, and now sweep your hands over to the right side, right hand to the right leg, and then pick your left hand up and reach it over towards the right side. So switching the lean of your upper body in your gate pose. Pivot both hands forward. Now plant them on the top of the mat. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, and reach your right leg up and back behind you for a one-legged down dog. On your next exhale, pull your right knee to your nose. And an inhale, extend it back behind you. Then step your right foot in between your hands and rise into a warrior two. So you find this warrior two, that right knee moving forward, back outer edge of that left foot pressing down, tailbone down, chest broad, collarbones broad. Reach out through their fingertips, your palms up, and then gently turn your hands down. Inhale, straighten your right leg, bring your hands up and over your head, keeping both legs straight. Now send your body towards your right leg, drop your right hand to your right leg, and reach your left hand high. Send your pubic bone towards that left side, so hips forward towards the left side. Now take your top side body and imagine like you are crunching. So your obliques are probably going to attack you in this moment. So what happens in that side core muscles as you take your shoulder closer to your left hip and left shoulder trying to get closer to each other. Keep pulling that right shoulder blade on your back, left shoulder blade on your back, top obliques working, hips forward. So good. Bend your right knee, take yourself into an extended side angle. Extend your right arm alongside your head. Hey, same thing happens here. So foot still pressing. Okay, we're not so much focusing on that top crunch, but what happens if we do? What happens in that posture? Keep bending into that front leg. So interesting, right? Make it feel good. Drop your left hand down to the mat, pivot on your left toes, reach your right hand high. And then bring both hands forward, step up to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, rise, reach your hands over your head. Exhale, pull your hands to your heart. And now shift your weight into your left foot. As you take your right foot out to the tree position. Hey, you can ground this tree. I want you to start here. You should ground your tree with your right toes down and your heel on your left ankle. You should open your hands out to the side. Drop your hands a little bit low with your palms out wide. And spread across the front of your chest. Now close your eyes. Feel the way that your body is adjusting. That left foot doing work. Your right toes still there grounding. If you want more, start to drag that right foot up onto your left ankle. If you want more, so it's nice because your right toes are right there to catch you. The way that I think about this is I really think about the bottom of my left foot as my drishti. Like your drishti is that gaze, that thing you focus on that everything else melts away. For me, it's helpful when I think of the bottom of my left foot. I just focus on what's happening there. Left foot, left foot, left foot, left foot. If you want more, then you can drag your right foot up more. Really thinking about that left foot. Just that left foot. It's like this inner drishti. Keep pulling your right knee out to that right side. Maybe your right leg sneaks up more. And even if you have to keep dropping your toes down, like I am, all good. Now with your eyes closed, release that foot, extend your knee forward, so lift your leg up so your right knee is level with your hip. You can open your eyes. You can experiment with closed eyes. Start to send your leg back behind you. Open your eyes. Land your right foot down. Reach your hands high. A crescent lunge, a high lunge. You're like, wow, lunge feels easy at this moment. Take your hands down alongside your left foot, coming into a long pyramid pose. Or option, you can step that back foot in, pull your left hip more back. So not booty popping back to that left side. As you send your chest forward and down, the front leg might be bent. Step your right foot up to the top of the mat, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, stand, rise, reach your hands over your head, and then exhale, pull your hands down to your heart. We're going to move to the left side. On this left side, I want you to then, coming again to that tree, have left heel onto your right ankle. Open your hands down towards the ground. Good. Ready? Close your eyes. Stay there for a moment. Let yourself be in this place. Both feet. Push firmly down through that right foot, that right leg. Feel your whole leg doing it, not just your foot, but your foot is pressing down, your calf, your quad, your glutes, they're all working. Now really focus on the bottom of that right foot. Really focus on the bottom of that right foot, and you're going to have to shift then as you might drag your left foot up your right leg. Keep your breath nice and smooth. Don't hold your breath. Let the breath move. Let the breath move. Let the breath move. Have your right, left knee moving out to that left side as you drag that foot up. Stay soft in your shoulders. Stay smooth in your face. Let your breath keep moving. Now release your foot and leg. Move your left knee so it's pointing forward and your knee is level with your hip. We're going to step back to a crescent lunge. You can do this as much with your eyes closed as you will like. If you're feeling like you're going to fall over, open your eyes, plant your left foot down, your left toes down, sweep your hands high. Woo! Here we are. And drop your hands down to the ground. Step your back foot in or take it a long pyramid, meaning your back foot stays where it is, or step your left foot in more. Step your left foot to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach your hands over your head. Exhale, fold right back down to the ground. Step back to a plank on an inhale. Exhale, drop your body all the way down to the mat. Good. From here, bring your palms, the right palm in front of you, stack your left hand on top of it. Drop your forehead down to your hands. Lift your feet up off the ground and sway your feet from side to side. So coming to like this windshield wiper sway. Pause. Extend your left arm out to the left side. Drop your left leg straight. With your right hand, plant your right fingertips down on the outside of that right side of your mat. Turn your face off to the right. And then using your right hand to push your hips open to the right so your right foot comes behind you on the left side. You can close your eyes here. Pause. What feels good here? Bring yourself back forward again. Now let's switch sides. Extend your right arm out. Pull your left fingertips in. Bend your left knee. Push into your left fingertips. Take your left toes behind your left sole of your foot. You can drop your head down to the ground and open up your hips to the left side. Pause and be here for a moment. And let your body roll back again to the center. From here, move your hands out to a Y shape in front of you. Lift your arms, lift your legs, coming to this long Superman pose. Circle your hands back alongside you, coming to locust posture. Bring your legs closer together. Lift your chest, lift your hands. Option, you can bend your knees, grab onto those ankles if you want to come to a full bow pose. Otherwise, stay there in locust. If you have those feet, release them softly. And everybody place your hands along your side of your chest. Push into your hands. Shift your weight back into your knees and into child's pose. Let your knees spread wider than your chest. Send your butt back to your heels and your chest forward and down towards the mat. On your next inhale, rock yourself forward. I want you to bring yourself to a Shavasana resting place. Of course, in this moment, if there's another posture you really would like to take, a headstand, any sort of back bend postures, more twists, folds, I mean, literally, you could do whatever the hell you want. I want you to find a resting posture, though, that's going to be good for you. If you want to turn off overhead lights, grab a blanket, grab any props that you would like. Use the wall for legs up the wall, okay? Or use props for something like Supta Baddha Konasana, the butterfly legs. Prop yourself up with a bolster underneath your knees, right? Or blocks underneath your back. I want you to find a resting posture for yourself. It might be knees up. Your hands can come to your body. They can relax alongside the sides of you. you find your way onto your back, bring your shoulder blades together. And invite this to feel good too. I know many people that in always for them, and sometimes it's the beginning of their practice, yoga practice, that finding this place of stillness and not moving is sometimes really tricky. And depending on where our head is in any moment, it might be the tricky place for you today. And so what happens if you rename it? What happens if you say, actually, this feels good, and you claim it as that? You claim it as good. Whatever good means, I don't know what good means. That it feels well, that it feels good, that it feels well in your body. It has a lightness and an ease to it. And what happens if we relabel something and say, actually, I'm going to choose that this is well. Soften your forehead. Soften the bridge of your nose, the space between your eyes. Relax your forehead up and back. Soften your jaw. Where are you still trying to hold tension? Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your chest? Is your chest trying to hold your shoulders up and off the ground? Can you relax them more? Is it your legs or your hands? Or is your head trying to stay in one position and really, if you let go, you would just let go a little bit more, a different direction. It is enough. What you have done is enough. Who you are is enough. This moment is enough. Draw a hand to your heart and a hand to your stomach. Feel free to stay as long as you would like. You're also welcome to invite any sort of movement into your body that feels good. As you pull into a ball or extend your body out in all ways. Wiggle fingers, toes, ankles, wrists. You have your eyes open or your eyes closed. Find your way up to a seated posture. You can roll through a side-lying position and be there for a moment. And then find your way up to sit in a way that feels comfortable for you. Close your eyes. Lift your chin up. Bring your hands, palms up, and extend them out to the right and to the left. Stay broad across the front of your chest. Exhale, be here. Chin stays lifted. Inhale, reach your hands out to the right and left, fingers broad, palms up, extend, extend, extend. Exhale, draw your hands over your head and then down to your heart, palms together. And gratitude for this movement practice, this mindful movement that stays with us here and automatically goes with us everywhere. When we do one thing to one part of us, it can't not also affect the other parts of us. Thank you for inviting a practice that makes you feel well, that makes you feel good today. Thank you for being here, friends. See you soon.